I'm Mark Tremonti, and I started a charity called Take a Chance for Charity, which helps people dive into projects that their fans would not see coming, or their followers would not see coming. Like, for instance, I'm a rock and roll based musician, and I recorded an album with Frank Sinatra's Orchestra or band, and we called it Tremonti Sings Sinatra.
I've got you under my skin.
That was my project, and I'm urging other people to do the same type of project to raise money for charity. We're getting close to raising $1 million at this point, but I want to raise $100 million, and Jersey Jack is stepping in to do their part here, and I'm very excited about it.
I'm really happy that Mark is a part of this charity and that we're able to be a part of it, that this song is going to help raise money for Down syndrome awareness.
Yeah, so I bought my first pinball machine maybe 25 years ago, 30 years ago maybe, and I just became so obsessed. I bought my machines early on from a gentleman named Jack Warnieri when he owned a company called pinballsales.com, and me and Jack have been friends since then. You know, he's a dear friend of mine now, and I'm so proud that he started this massive, awesome pinball venture, and I'm so proud to be a part of it now.
He's obsessed with pinball, and he had been telling me about this secret project he was working on where Tremonti sings Sinatra. And I knew what game I was working on, and I knew there's this Sinatra tie-in with the Godfather series, and I thought it was perfect that Mark could be a part of this. He often talked about wanting to be a part of pinball, be into it, and I'm like, all right, perfect opportunity.
Eric called me one day. He said, "How would you like to be have a role in one of my upcoming machines, since you're such a big fan of pinball?" I said, "Yes."
Called him up and said, "I'd love it if you could sing Speak Softly Love in the style of Sinatra," and he nailed it.
You know, just like everything else Jersey Jack does, or the company does, shoot for the stars, do it the best it can be done. This is a soundtrack that it's never been done before for pinball, and it's done by the absolute best musicians. But my idea was, hey, why don't you guys fly in and join me? Bring your suits, and I want to get you on the mic. So when we met in Chicago at the Palisade studio, there's no place to warm up where you can be isolated. You're warming up for everybody. So you have all these world-class musicians coming into this building while you're sitting up there, "Speak softly, love," upstairs in the green room.
Speak softly, love, so no one hears us but the sky. The vows of love we make will live until we die.
So when I did the Tremonti Sings Sinatra record, a lot of the arrangements were done by a gentleman named Kerry Deadman, the most heavy metal name of all time. And he stepped up to the plate and did the arrangements for this song, for Speak Softly Love. So there's definitely a tie into that Sinatra world with this. And we put together like a 20-piece mini orchestra. You know, we have timpani, drums and strings and cellos and all that. We did Speak Softly Love. And we did it. It's probably the biggest production for an original song for pinball in the history of pinball, if I'm not mistaken.
Getting in there and seeing the entire orchestra set up, seeing them all playing and hearing them standing in the room, talking to them about the impact this song will make.
It was a great session. We got to sit there and watch the end of the strings and the orchestra tracking the song. The timpanis had to be done elsewhere because they couldn't fit those big drums into this studio. They're so large. Yeah, so Speak Softly Love is such a classic, epic song. I fell in love with the Matt Monro version. That's kind of the one I stuck with, and that's the one that I kind of got inspiration to sing stylistically.
Wine-colored days, warmed by the sun, deep velvet nights, when we are one.
I think I sang the song 5 or 6 times.
Speak softly, love, so no one hears us but the sky. The vows of love we make will live until we die. My life is yours, and all because.
Then we had Eric come in there, do it once, and Jack came in there and did it once. Jack didn't want to sing. He's like, no, don't make me sing. I don't want to do it. And we're like, you have to. You're here. You got your suit on. You are Jersey Jack.
Oh, this is going to be the worst thing in the world.
So he sang it. We have a version of that. I don't know if he'll allow us to release that, but if he does, you'll get a kick out of it because we sure did.
So Jack called his wife, Joanne, and asked, for some advice on what he should do about singing Speak Softly Love. And Joanne replied in the best fashion possible. She said, don't. And Jack should have listened to that advice.
The vows of love we make, we live until we die.
Eric just so happened to have a musical background, and he's a competitive guy, you can tell. So he took it seriously and practiced his butt off and came into the studio prepared and did a great version of the song.
He knows it from top to bottom, so you can go straight through the whole song. Whew.
I got the song, and I was listening to it, and I would practice it in the car on the way to work, on the way home. My kids heard it enough that they started singing it too. And then, sitting there watching Mark perform and sing the song a couple times, couple takes for each verse, it was, a little bit intimidating, but I knew I'd put the work in, and I had practiced, and I knew I was going to get one shot at the mic, so I stepped up and, just let it all out, man.
Wine-colored days warmed by the sun.
We recorded the song, and we are going to press it, put it on a record. We're going to get Slash's version of Speak Softly Love that he does so greatly. Combine it with the version I did with the orchestra, and we're going to put it out there and sell it for charity. So this is Stella Tremonti. She's been the inspiration behind the whole Take a Chance for Charity project. We've almost raised $1 million at this point, and we couldn't have done it without being inspired by her and trying to do good for everyone like her. She has Down syndrome, so we partnered with the National Down Syndrome Society, and in her name, we started Take a Chance for Charity. So can you say hi? Can you say hi? Hi. If you go straight to TremontiSingsSinatra.com, there's links to how you'll be able to purchase the record, and all the money will go straight to the National Down Syndrome Society. And then if you go to takeachanceforcharity.org, you'll also be able to see all the information on the charity and where you can buy the record or also just donate directly. Keep an eye out for it. And like I said, if you're doing something for a good cause, this money's going straight to the National Down Syndrome Society. These will be great collector's pieces. I'm a pinball fanatic collector, and I know little pieces like this add so much value to your pinball machines.
Get the record and have it be a part of your pinball collection.
Can't wait to get behind the flippers and hear this song come on when I get to the final wizard mode. Can you say pinball? Can you say bye? Goodbye, she did it.